CTV's Your Morning meteorologist, Kelsey McEwen, is tracking the storm. She's got the latest for us. Kelsey.
When we look back at recorded history, there are just a handful of hurricanes that record pressure as low as we've seen with Hurricane Milton. The lower the pressure, the stronger the storm can be. Category 4 as this makes landfall later on this evening, and that landfall will happen sometime between about 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Important to know that that track can deviate anywhere within the white line here, and there's about a 65-kilometer radius of error with that. Right now, it's looking potentially north of Tampa as a Category 4 storm. It will then track its way across the state, back out into open water. And from that point, it evolves and transforms into a post-tropical cyclone, staying well south of Canadian water. Now, in terms of the impact, it really depends on where that landfall will be. There are widespread warnings across the state. Today, through the day, we are seeing thunderstorms possible, severely warned thunderstorms, and some of those could produce tornado. Heavy rain and winds that increase throughout the day today. By midday, we're into tropical storm force winds. By evening, into hurricane force winds as that center of the storm moves closer to shore. Now, in terms of the impact, water will be the biggest impact of this storm, both in storm surge and the rainfall. The greatest storm surge, so the water moving its way onshore, will be at that point of landfall to the south. If that landfall happens north of Tampa, the areas to the south down towards Fort Myers will see the greatest amount of water moving onshore, the highest amounts directly near that landfall point where we could see storm surge as high as 4.5 meters with crashing wave on top. If that coincides with high tide, that water will increase. Now, in terms of rainfall, the highest rainfall amounts will be at the point of landfall to the north. So this includes Tampa, northward, east towards Orlando as the hurricane moves its way across the state. And then, of course, wind as well. Wind being one of the biggest factors in terms of damage. We will see that wind in the region anywhere between 200 to 250 kilometers an hour as the storm moves its way onshore. Back to you.
Thank you for that.